guys, welcome to the channel CeeChronicles here. I post fragrance related content on this platform, and if you're joining us for the very first time, please do consider staying by subscribing and becoming part of the family. Now, if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. Welcome to a video where I'll show you some clones, dupes, and inspirations that to my nose feel better than the fragrances they are inspired by, right? What I have in front of me here is a couple of originals as well as clones. I will tell you what's doing what and why I prefer the interpretation of the clone, right? We're going to start, guys, with Miel Vanilla from the House of Paris Corner. This fragrance is Paris Corner's interpretation to vanilla powder. And vanilla powder, guys, let me show you. I'm a big collector of decants, travel sizes, samples, you know, and I usually purchase these to try out to see if I actually love a fragrance enough to pull the price on the full size. Now, here is my journey when it comes to vanilla powder. This is a 2 ml sample of vanilla powder. If it's not 2 ml, it's probably a 1.5, right? Yeah, 1.5, and this is another one, so that makes 2. And then this is another one that I opened. Okay, now this one I think is a 7 ml, and I have multiples of, right, that are not even opened. Some reason I got one in was it the Harrods? Probably was the Harrods Advent Calendar or the Neiman Marcus, I can't remember. So all these are vanilla powder. It's by Materie Premier. I'm gonna put them to the side. And out of the clones that I've had, one being Fasten White by Hadlage, the other one being Taffa's Queen of Arabia, if I'm not mistaken. All of those were going after that particular DNA of vanilla powder, but this is the one I tolerate. I think the honey note in here calms down that coconut powdery accord, even lactonic accord that can be too much in your face. It kind of soothes everything to give a presentation that is a little bit more wearable to my nose. Wherein the original, I find, becomes heady. Now, next up is this clone from Fragrance World, and this is Soir. Grand Soir by MFK has never been a fragrance that I would say I absolutely love. And I have had 2 dupes in my collection. One was from Lattafa, and that was Eternal Oud. Having that same DNA of Grand Soir, whatever it is, the way the amber in this vibes, right? Let me just show you my vials. Okay, so this is the first one, and this is the second one. I think I've had about four or so Grand Soir samples thrown with my purchases when I buy fragrances, and it's never been a fragrance that I would say I'm going to buy. You know, there is just something about it that ends up doing too much. The woodiness about it, there's a waxy tone about it that does too much. So I find this one a little bit more toned down to an extent that I do not really mind this. This one actually vibes a little bit more better to my nose. Maybe it is that missing element that makes the original so intense, you know, that then interprets to my nose as softer, making it something that I actually find myself wearing more than I would wear the real thing, even if I had it, right? Now, the next one, guys, is going to be the favorite. I only have but this one was interpreted by Lattafa in Mocha Silky Rose. Mocha Silky Rose, I won't say is exactly identical. You're going to get a little bit of what you get in the favorite by Penhaligon's, but I like how this takes a candy accord, a powdery accord, sweetened musk, and keeps everything sort of like soothing and comforting. So I would say this is another one that I prefer better than this. Before I show you the next pair, a quick shout out to our products, guys. Primary extractor for 120 mls, as well as Numero 2, also of an extract concentration. These are fragrances that I created under the brand Macedon Perfumes. Macedon Perfumes is an independent brand established by myself and a partner in 2024. So if you'd love to support this channel, you can go ahead and do so, guys, by purchasing either this or both as a combo, because we have a combo deal that actually makes them affordable, and you can purchase them right here on our YouTube store or on our Macedon website, macedonperfumes.com. Now, the next pair is one that the original I have a problem with. This is the Valaya. Okay, Valaya, and the travel sizes, let me show you how big they are. This is quite decent enough for one to make a decision whether they want the fragrance or not. So this is Valaya, and I have a second one here. The second Valaya, right? The second Valaya I have is this one. So 2 Valayas to try, okay? And in the Harrods Advent Calendar, they threw a 30 ml Valaya. Valaya in itself is a DNA that I struggle with. The one that I could wear and pretty much enjoyed was the Afnan one, right? Mysterious Mystique Bouquet. That Afnan one was okay. But let me tell you, I have since found a perfect Valaya smell-alike that has a creamed up feel or backdrop in it, making it such that it feels so pretty. That creamy backdrop, guys, makes this fragrance less squishy. What I mean is, Valaya in itself has got, an aldehydic feel that's a little bit too happy there, such that a little can end up doing too much. So in this case, it is this that I preferred. However, still on the topic of Valaya, if I should buy a Valaya in full size, I would buy the exclusive. So we're going to put Valaya to the side. I think the next combination I have actually spoken about here. But I'm going to remind you guys, for some that may have missed that particular video, if you're looking for performance on Dom Rosa, which is what I have here, raspberry, rose, fruity, floral DNA, which is what you get in Dom Rosa, I would say to get this one. This one does not stray from the theme of what this is doing, but this has some lasting power. This is going to push a little bit longer. This is from French Avenue, guys, and it's called Gracia Rosa. Next up, guys, is Maison Alhambra's Decadent Wonder. I had a longer vial that I got from Heidi Scent, and then this is another backup one. This is a Love Delight by Amouage Smell-alike or Inspiration, this Decadent Wonder. I don't know why people do not talk much about it. It has the ginger, same way this one does have the ginger. The use of the cinnamon in both are almost identical to an extent that maybe telling them apart would be very difficult to the nose. I'm not here to deter anybody from buying whatever they want to buy. I also buy some fragrances that are crazy expensive if I like them, right? But I will clue you up, guys, because I smell a lot of fragrances. This is polarizing. This is long lasting. Everything that I get in here, I get in here. So this is a recommendation, guys. Decadent Wonder, something that's going to be in the same vein as Amouage Love Delight. Now, next up are 2 inspirations to Gris. Okay, Gris by the House Dior. This is a gorgeous fragrance. I remember smelling it for the first time in a mall. There was a lady that was smelling of this fragrance. I ran after her. I asked her, what are you wearing? And she said, Gris. Now, I went on the Dior website. This sells in full size for about 300 or 400, if I'm not mistaken. Then, because Google uses cookies, I guess my online presence had communicated to Google that I'm looking for this Gris Dior, and from nowhere this Greasy by Maison Alhambra popped up while I was doing something different in a different search altogether. I saw this and I was like, bought it, and it came, and indeed this one feels a lot like this. However, it is a little bit more powdery, and this Gris in itself has, to me, a little bit of some lasting power issues. And then I also found out that this was inspired by this. And guys, if you want a recommendation that's not going to let you down in terms of performance, in terms of it smelling very similar to this, get Ajmal Evoke. What I ended up doing as a person who loves minis is I ended up buying the whole mini set from Dior, because it actually costs the same price as just one bottle. Now, next up, guys, is a fragrance that I came with, and I promised that I was going to do a follow-up video to tell you whether Queen Checkmate is giving me Scandal Absolute. We did a review of this one and realized that it had notes that are pretty identical to this, and I said I'm going to dig out the sample to see whether this is doing this. And yes, the follow-up to that is indeed, if you are curious about how Scandal Absolute smells like, you can buy this version of Afnan, which is Queen Checkmate, or if this of course is on the affordable side, depending on where you are, you know, in the world, of course you can go ahead and buy this. But of course, yes, these two smell similar. Next up is a fragrance that I have a tough time wearing because I find it super strong. I've had a couple of renditions of its clones. These are just but miniatures. One was in the Neiman Marcus, I think, Advent Calendar, I don't know, and then the other one was in the Skins calendar. So these two are the original Amouage Guidance in my collection. This is so potent. I've had numerous clones, and I always say to you guys, if you're looking for something that is 101, get Mas Pearl Amber. This is from the house of Halaj. Do I like this fragrance? No. It vibes exactly the same as Guidance. So I will say, personally, I do not like both DNAs, but I can recommend them to you as being at par. So if you want to save money on your Guidance, you can go ahead and buy Mas Pearl Embers. I'm looking for someone to gift this because I know Guidance in itself is very popular, but I do not care for it. However, this particular inspiration did justice to that DNA. It smells identical. Next up is a recommendation, but in this case it's vice versa. I have a decant, guys, from Swiss Arabian, and this is Musk 74 Poudre. Okay, it's vice versa in the sense that I loved Amouage Dia, which is this one. It's a nostalgic scent because it's a powder in a bottle, soap in a bottle, if you will. And I ordered this one of Haiji scent. Showed up, and I would say this inspiration does justice to this. Now onto my experience with the Delina DNA. I just want to show you the lot so that you can see that I'm not talking from nowhere. This is a Delina travel size. I have another Delina travel size. I have another Delina travel size. I have a used up bottle of Delina itself. But if you're looking for a Delina smeller like that is going to do wonders, and Delina in itself is long lasting, but I will not stop saying get this. And this is not sponsored. Swiss Arabian do not know me from a bar of soap. Get this. It's a great alternative to Delina. Most people will not tell it apart. It's called Rose 01. Now on to Blanche Bete from the House of Liquids Imagines, right? This is but a travel size, and I have this one, the Her Confession by Latafa. If you're looking for this DNA, you wanted it at an affordable price, get yourself this Her Confession. Yeah, this is a good alternative to this. If you do not want to spend the extra coin, I would say to purchase this Her Confession. Last recommendation, guys, is going to be this one, right? This is a stunning fragrance, the Show Magnifique, and I find that it's very similar to Can't Stop Loving You by Kilian. When I'm missing this and I wear this, right, it reminds me of it so much that if it gets stronger and heavier with time, of which it already is, but if it gets better, I probably will not buy this. I just wanted to clue you up on this, guys, so that if you're looking for an alternative, you can settle for that. So that's it, guys. Those are some of the clones, inspirations, dupes, whatever you want to call them, that I feel nail what they were going for in terms of inspiration. And if you would like to add any one of the ones I recommended here, then you wouldn't be missing much in terms of how the nose is going to perceive them. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section where we discuss more about fragrances. Remember to turn on post notifications. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this one, guys, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.